Hello everybody. Today I'm going to tell you about my Vertagear PL6000 version 2 gaming chair. I've had it for just over a week now. Today I've had it for 7 days. It came on a Saturday. And you know, at first glance everything appears to be okay. But ladies and gentlemen, this chair is anything but okay. Now you look at it and you say, well, what could possibly be wrong with this chair? Look at it, it looks fantastic, and it does. The visual appeal of this chair is fantastic. Down from the color schemes, various color schemes, and the stitching. Oh my goodness. The stitching quality is fantastic, evenly spaced. The material has a really good feel. But as we come on down to the seat cushion, looky here. You see this? You see those stretch marks right there? This is just 1 week's of use. It arrived when it arrived, this cushion right here had the this flared kind of poochy part right there. And then when you look at the base, do you see something? Do you see this? Do you see how high this is right here? Now granted, this is the front of the chair and it does naturally sit slightly higher than the rear. But I want you to follow this back very carefully. We don't block the light here. Let me turn it. Okay. Do you see? You see how it slopes way down quickly? Do you see the slope? Everything here is sloped to make this a low point right here. And it says, well, it makes you wonder, I mean, is that a design? Well, you know, was it designed? No. If you look right here, you see this? There's nothing there. It's an empty spot. It's just empty blank space underneath this, like air, before you got to push down to get to the cushion. And there's a reason for this. But before we go underneath and have a look, I want you to hear this. Now, it didn't do this the first day. But what happened is it started doing this the second day. And each day, it gets louder and louder. It's this. It's the spring mechanism that's hidden down there. It's not this. Here. You're right next to that. Nothing. Down here, though. So, we have a squeaky back. It does feel notchy, though. Not when you do this, but when you have this in the upright position, it has a lot of slack in it. When you sit here, there's a whole bunch of movement in the back of the chair. See? You see that movement? It's really moving. Look right there. Got a lot of free play right there. Then, I'm going to flip it over now. And I want you to take a look at the design problem at the bottom. Okay, so we're underneath now. And I want you to look. Do you see this? The foam right here? How it's pushed down? You see it over here? How it's pushed down? And then I want you to look right here. Now I have that ruler right there for a reason. Because you would think that this chair would have cross members underneath to support that foam and give it a backing structure so that the foam would remain in place when you sit down, but this chair does not. And I suspect that other gaming chairs have a similar problem. Now this chair has been rated by Vertagear to support 440 pounds. And when you come back and you look at this enormous structure for this base, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that they designed this with big people in mind. However, even for all of the engineering that went here in this base plate, into this massive chair mechanism, they forgot the most important thing here, the actual seat structure where that big heavy person is supposed to sit down at. Because as you look at this, look carefully, this is a C-channel construction. the flat part faces towards the floor, but the open seat channel faces up into the seat cushion. Now, the open seat channel is what's supporting the foam when the person sits down. So when the user sits in the chair, the foam is compacting down on the rails of the seat channel, pointing up, which is why the foam drops down underneath the chair. And look, you see that line right there? How it's cutting in? The seat channel cuts into the foam. You can see here, let me take this out of the way. You see it? Now you can see it in there. And you can see it right there. You see how that foam is out? No support structure whatsoever. Now I've contacted Vertagear customer support about this chair, because this needs to be replaced. However, this is the revised version, the version 2, and the problem here is that this chair has serious design flaws. And one of the most important places, the seat frame, looks like, I don't know. I don't know who engineered this thing, but I'm telling y'all, this is not $439 worth of chair to come with no support for the seat cushion, where you put your 440 pounds or whatever you weigh at. Now I don't weigh 440 pounds, but I was breaking office chairs, and I decided I wanted a chair that was strong enough so that I wouldn't have to worry again. So I, like many others, bit the bullet and purchased this Vertagear PL6000 version 2 racing chair, with the hopes that it would be enough to support me without breaking and last me a long, long time. Well, as we can see after 1 week's worth of use, that this particular structure needs some help. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go, there's 12 inches from right here to right here. There's like 12.5 inches in this gap right here, because you can't go beyond this edge. That's thick foam, and there's a steel frame, like a rod that runs around the base in a square. Same thing right here. These rings are attached to this rod. However, there's about 16 inches between here and down in here where it's open. And what I intend to do is I'm going to go get some wood slats that are 12 inches wide, or 12 inches long, and maybe 2 inches, maybe 2 inches wide. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to insert them. What I intend to do is like this. I intend to come down like this and insert them and then spin them and create a structure like I just did, but I lost my ruler. Come over and see at my ruler. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh man, sorry about that. But anyway, you get the idea. So I'm going to create a structure, a supporting structure for that foam, so that when I sit down on it, the wood will back it up and it won't collapse like that. And hopefully I'll have some cushion underneath me. And when I get the replacement parts, I'm going to do the very same thing to them. So what I'm saying is that if you have a PL6000 and it's crushed down that way, now you kind of got an idea of the modifications you need to make in order to get some support underneath of you. And I've seen lots of guys complain at Amazon and online about the seat cushion compacting down on them, and that's why, because there's an open seat channel facing up into it and there's no supporting structure for it. And so you're going to have to modify your chair if you want some support and to get yourself up off of that frame rail. And I'm going to go get some parts later, and when I do, I'll post the second part and then we'll see the results. Okay, thanks for watching.